alert! Proceed with caution. Major reveals ahead. This episode contains spoilers for movies and possible TV shows. So if you haven't caught up yet, hit pause and come back when you're ready. Otherwise, strap in. We're about to unpack everything. Enjoy! Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of The Real Movie Critics. The first episode, as far as you know, even though we recorded another episode earlier. But because this movie came out this week, we'll be reviewing this particular movie first.
Continuity, what's that all about?
Yeah, it doesn't exist in anything anymore, so why even keep it going here? I am your humble host, Christopher, and this, again, is the Real Movie Critics podcast. Joining me, my hetero life mate, no, he's not Silent Bob, is the creator of the Psycho Nerd podcast and also the repeat movie viewer YouTube page, the Psycho Nerd. For those that do not know, we are brothers. We grew up together. I know. The resemblance is uncanny, but growing up, a big part of our escape from reality. When you're a kid, what realities are you dealing with? But we were fortunate to have a mom that was like super in the movies, and
yes,
with that gift was given to us. We are huge movie fans. Some of us are fans of some genres, and some of us are not fans of certain, like horror, which I'm slowly dipping my toes into that pool. Whatever. It's not even that.
You know what? You're late to the party, but you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. I heard they had cookies and punch. So no, it was punch and pie is what they said they had.
More people come, they know we got punch and pie.
This first episode, it's only fitting. With the way technology is today as compared to what it was 30, 40 years ago, we will be reviewing the movie Tron Ares today, which premiered on Friday, October 10th, 2025, which was directed by Joachim Ronning. I've never heard of this guy. I don't know a whole lot about him. But before I dive into the cast and everything, I do want to say that lack of a better word, the legacy of the Tron series, I feel like we probably should have had more product from this particular franchise. Granted, the original Tron, when it came out in 82, it didn't do very well in the theaters. It became more of a VHS cult classic.
True.
And to add to the downfall of the movie when it came out, when they put in for Academy Awards back in for the 83 Oscars, the Academy of Sciences was like, no, you cheated. You used computers. We will not. You will. Yeah. And it's funny. We say that today. We fast forward to now, and almost every movie has some sort of computer generated enhancements in them.
Things have changed.
Funny. Yeah. A lot of people are like, oh, well, The Last Starfighter was the first movie. No, it was actually Tron was the first.
Actually, you know what? I'll take it a step further. Tron was not the first movie to ever have computer-generated imagery. I looked it up. The first movie, technically speaking, to ever have CGI in it was Vertigo, 1958. In the opening of the movie, there's a brief little bit of CG in the opening credits. Huh. Very brief. It's brief, but it counts.
All right, I'll take that.
And then I'll take it a step further because Tron was not the second movie. If you go in this little scenario, there was another movie that used a very brief amount of CG, and that was Westworld. Whenever the artificial machine, whenever you see his infrared sight, that was CG, apparently. So technically speaking, Tron would be the third movie to use CG, but it was on a more grand scale because it's throughout the film.
Tron, like over half the movie is pretty much some sort of CGI in it, and it was such a new concept that, and again, I don't. There are people that are like, oh, this movie sucks. No, this movie's great. Tron is the movie that introduced me to computers. in 82, not everybody, there is more technology in this smartphone that I hold in my hand than there was in the original computers. And we had a computer. We had a Radio Shack Tandy computer. It didn't do a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember I watched the movie Tron and I took that computer apart because I wanted to see what it looked like. Mom chewed my ass.
Nope,
Oh,
that didn't go over well. Nope.
put it back together. And I remember our grandfather, Papa, was like, "Why are you yelling at him? He's taking initiative in something. He took something apart he was curious about. He put it back together just the way it was, you know." And I was like 8 or 9, and I'm like, I just wanted to see I wanted to see if it looked like what it did in the movie. You don't know any better when you're that age. You think everything is real.
No, you don't.
And of course, we got the movie Tron Legacy, which added on more to the franchise, but this time it was the son that we see at the very beginning, and of course Kevin comes back, creates this whole franchise, makes Tron a multi-million-dollar video game that everybody loves, merchandising and all. Very much a George Lucas type of thing. Oh, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do this. And then at the end of Tron Legacy, it's pretty much Sam and Gora. She's seeing her first sunrise, and then the movie ends there. But he keeps the chip with the grid on around his neck. So we'll talk about that going into in the Tron Ares. But Tron Ares, starring Jared Leto as Ares, Greta Lee as Eve Kim, Evan Peters as Julian Dillinger, Gillian Anderson as Elizabeth Dillinger, and Jodie Turner-Smith as Athena, with a cameo from Jeff Bridges as Kevin Flynn. I mean, if you're going to do a Tron movie, you got to have Kevin Flynn there somewhere.
Yeah, you really do.
I'm just glad it was a quick cameo. It didn't circulate around him.
Right.
Granted, in Tron Legacy, that had to be because Clue was pretty much... and I will say this about Clue. We saw Clue in the first Tron.
Yes, we did. Very briefly.
Very briefly.
When he was trying to hack into the system to find all what he's looking for.
Again, that continuity, someone did their homework, which we will talk about that later on. I will say, when I heard they were doing Tron Ares, I'm like, yeah, finally another fucking Tron movie. Yeah, and then they said Jared Leto, and I went, oh no.
See, I knew the fans were going to flip their shit about it because everybody is such a freaking hater when it comes to Jared Leto. I don't have a problem with him like a lot of other people.
The Joker is all I'm going to say.
You know what? If that's your main basis for a complaint, then I feel like you need to take that movie, you need to take that role and just throw it out, because
every movie I've ever seen him in, he is just horrible at acting. I don't understand how he gets work.
I've seen worse acting, believe me, but
I have too. I've seen worse acting too.
Yeah,
but I'm going to say this: I was pleasantly surprised by his performance in this movie.
Well, because he plays
he plays a robot, which he's good at doing in acting anyway. So it wasn't a stretch. We really haven't talked about it. We've been kind of quiet about this movie since I saw it Wednesday. I think you saw it Thursday or Friday. We really haven't talked about it. We were kind of saving it for this show. What was your initial reaction to this movie?
I thought it wasn't bad. It was enjoyable for what it was. Great soundtrack. I feel like for anybody who, like us, grew up with the Tron franchise and at least enjoyed Tron Legacy for what it was, not a perfect movie. There are some reservations, but I've always argued there is no such thing as a perfect movie. There's always going to be a flaw. Just accept it for what it is. But I didn't think it was all that bad. I do like the continuation of the story, the idea that we have this asshole, for lack of a better term, Dillinger's kid. Basically
his grandchild.
Grandchild, my bad. Well, I'm thinking of the dude from Cillian Murphy's character from Legacy. That's his son.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that. That bothered me. I'm like, why would you let someone named Dillinger work for Incom? I would have thought the name would have been blacklisted. You
would think after what he did, you would think that, but no, apparently not.
Not only that, but they talk about how in Ares, how the original Dillinger created his own company. So if that is kind of an error there. Like, well, why was this other Dillinger working for Incom unless he was there to get information, like a corporate spy, so to speak? But we begin the movie with, Kevin Flynn in the grid and all this other stuff that he does that he's done in in Tron Legacy did that. And we get the recap of what's happened from Legacy, which was in 2010 to now. For whatever reason, Sam Flynn just says, you know what? I'm out, gotta go. And he quits. And then they make these two women co-CEOs, and they're trying to build on the Flynn legacy.
Yeah, they
are. They're looking for pieces of a puzzle that they know it's out there. They just don't know where. They go on a hunt.
Yeah, they're looking for a MacGuffin.
And then we also hear that the original Dillinger from the first movie has a rival company, and his grandson Julian has just taken over from his mother Elizabeth. So it makes sense. It's like Apple and Android. They're going to butt heads. They're not going to agree on things. They're trying to be innovative. They're trying to be the next big thing. They're trying to bring the next big thing, and of course, that is AI. AI is the new hot button topic, and this movie goes crazy. One thing that I did like when they brought Ares into the real world with the lasers, it was 3D printing, but with lasers. I thought that was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
You'd see this cluster of whatever, and then he would if you ever watch a TikTok video where they're making 3D printing, they rip it off the base and then you start ripping off the extra shit. It was the same thing. I thought it was brilliant.
Actually, that was a pretty cool little touch.
But the thing that, and they don't give it away right away, is that if you're coming from the grid to the real world, you have 29 minutes before you get sent back.
Yeah, it's a flaw. Apparently, they've been working on it for a while, but they can't seem to get it to where they can stay on a permanent level. And that's what this movie is all about. They're looking for I can't remember what they called it.
Continuance, I believe.
Yes, what it was called. Yeah, I forget exactly what it was, but something that Kevin Flynn started years ago.
Yeah,
that's hidden away somewhere, and that's what they're looking for. And apparently, it's like a race to see who's going to get it first. She gets it first, but he's trying to steal it from her.
It makes you question if Gora had that already in her system, because the ISOs, she was the last of the ISOs.
Yeah, that's true.
He's sitting, he's on her disc playing around. Does she already have this, or is this something they created? We get no clairvoyance on where it comes from. We just know it exists, and it exists in an old ass floppy drive.
How hilarious is that?
I'm like, dude, they're going back to the old school. And anybody who's ever had a floppy, I'm talking the floppy, not the little square.
No,
the actual floppy.
The original.
She pops it in and finds it. They build which I thought was cool, an orange tree right there.
Right.
This is real oranges, and it was there for 4+ hours, and nothing happened to it. So they have it. Dillinger being the dick that Dillinger,
dude, he is such a great villain. He is such a prick.
Yeah.
He is willing to do anything to achieve that goal, and I mean anything.
Yeah,
who hasn't seen it yet?
And, the spoiler alert tag is in the beginning of the show. So if you've made it this far and you haven't seen it, that's on you. That's not on me. I put out spoiler alert.
I agree.
He was willing to risk the life of his own mother for this. That is fucking evil to the core.
It really is.
But he's also got some big shoes to fill. I don't remember the name of the. And now I got to look it up because I don't remember his name.
Who?
Hold on.
You talking about the original Dillinger?
Yeah, I don't remember his name. His first name.
Shit.
Master Control Program. That's not true. That's not who that is.
No.
Motherfucker. I'll just call him the OG. Fuck it. I'm just gonna call him the OG. I'm not gonna waste my time looking it up. But Julian has some huge shoes to fill, and he creates the perfect soldier that, but unfortunately he can only be here for 29 minutes. So that's the flaw.
Not so perfect, is it?
Not so perfect. You better fight fucking fast. And 29 minutes in retrospect is not that long, but it's an eternity depending on how you look at it.
But here's what's
So,
cool. I like the idea that every time he gets put on in the real world, same thing with his partners and whatnot, that there's a time limit on how long they can get anything done. So it adds an element of what's the word I'm looking for here?
urgency.
Urgency. Thank you. Yeah. So throughout the entire film, it's like there's always that ticking clock
Yeah,
that's always going on whenever they're in the real world. So I'm like,
truth.
okay, well, nice way to add a little bit of tenseness there.
And we get kind of a little bit of a backstory on Eve Kim, who is, I guess she had just lost her sister to, I think it was cancer, I
Right.
believe. So she's trying to find or pick up where she left off. I do love that in the bunker where they had all this old tech on the wall, and anybody who watched the extra shorts on the DVD or Blu-ray release of Tron Legacy, there
Mm-hmm.
was a mockumentary of Flynn Lives. You know,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of little short movies that people believed that he was still out there. They didn't think he was dead. They knew he was alive somewhere. They just didn't know where. I love that she had all that propaganda on the wall
Yeah,
because
that was a nice
she would
touch.
know he's out there because she's probably talked to him on the grid in some form or fashion.
Possible.
So I love that they had all of that still in this movie. People after 40 years are still talking about Kevin Flynn. And is he alive? Is he on the grid? Whatever.
Goes to show the character's impact in this world. So
Yeah, big time. Um, but they figure it out. They're coming back to the states. Uh, Julian Dillinger sends out Ares and Athena to find her and get the code.
mm-hmm.
And then they come in, and then we get that fucking light cycle scene where it cuts that cop car. We saw it in the trailer.
Yeah, it's in the trailer. Yeah.
Those, I want a light cycle. I've always wanted one, but I really want one now. We get this epic, cat and mouse chase. She finally gets to the edge of a pier, and she grabs the freaking the flash drive and breaks it, throws
Destroys
it in
it.
the water. Oh, you can't have it, but she knows where it's at.
Yeah, exactly.
She
So
knows
it's
where to
only a
go,
small
so
thing,
it's not big of a deal.
just a stepping stone.
And then uh, Dillinger's fucking goons shoot her with a laser that is a portable molecular laser from the first and second movie and
Uh-huh.
shoot her into the digital world.
Go figure. We had to put somebody in the digital world.
And
We
she
had
is
to.
now the third person to go there. Kevin, Sam, and now Eve Kim. And she's there, gets her own identity disc and all that. They figure out they got to go to an input output tower to throw her back into the real world. Ares ends up helping her, but Ares is like, I will help you, but I want something in return. And there's this whole, it's almost like the movie Midnight Run. There's trust, but there's not enough trust.
No,
You know what
not
I
so
mean?
much.
Like neither one trusts the other, but they have a common goal.
Yeah, mutual understanding.
And
Yeah.
Ares is like, I want to be in the real world permanently. I want the code. And she's like, well, we'll talk about that when we get there.
And
And so,
he's like, do we have a deal? And they're in the middle of the chase sequence, and finally, do we have a deal? It's like, come on. I'm sitting there like, okay, you didn't answer him yet. Come on, give him an
no,
answer.
she
Let's
didn't.
go.
She was. I think in this case, she's like, you're part of Dillinger, and it's just like in any other movie, and even in the original Tron, the good guys were the blue, they were
Yeah,
the
that's true.
Jedi, and the bad guys were the red, the fucking Sith. So they've taken that. This kind of goes into the same aspect as well, and we do see Ares later on in the movie where he's got the blue glow versus
Yeah,
the red,
yeah.
which that's kind of cool. Um,
I was hoping for that because I'm like, if you're going to go with continuity, the idea of the changing of the colors, you kind of have to do that
yeah, you,
at
you
some
really
point or
do.
another.
Yeah. But now Dillinger gives Ares the order to find her, send her to the digital world, and then never let her out. That
Basically,
that
yeah.
that was the order. Ares starts to question, why am I doing this? He has a glitch, and he starts to grow a conscience, which is it's the movie Short Circuit. Johnny Five Alive. Oh my
Mhm.
God, I have a conscience. I don't want to do this. So he goes against it. Um, they end up being chased by Athena and the other goons. They put her back in the real world. Julian Dillinger ends up making Athena the Master Control.
And you know what? I feel like she did a good job as a secondary villain. She's just as vicious, if not more so, than Dillinger.
She's a computer program, and she's going to do what she's supposed to do.
Mhm.
Now,
She does.
anybody who's ever tried to create anything with AI, you have to be specific on what you want it to produce. All he said, all Dillinger said was, find her, get the code, send her to the digital world.
Any means
By any means necessary.
He specifically said that.
Nope. No gray area. So she's on a fucking witch hunt at this point to find her and fuck her over. Meanwhile, we have Eve Kim and her coworkers trying to they're trying to figure shit out. And then at this point, a fucking recognizer shows up, and that's when she's like, "You said any means necessary." She has a fucking recognizer just flying through. I'm assuming this is New York.
Yeah, I would assume, but I don't think they got
never specified if it is or not. But this big ass fucking recognizer just flying through downtown New York.
It's like that's not obvious at all. No, nobody's going to see that coming a mile away.
I mean,
not very discreet.
People in New York have seen weirder things. They've seen a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man walking down the road. Like, oh, hey, it's Statue of Liberty walking. Oh, hey, it's the Ghostbusters. Don't worry about it.
It's cool. Hey, there's something you don't see every day.
Yeah, no shit. And I'm sure we're leaving out details of the movie. Again, I'm probably
I've only seen it the one time. I will have a repeat viewing here pretty soon. But
at the end of the day, he who is it? They send Ares back to the grid. But they tell him think 80s because something else that I thought was cool is that he's like, they're talking about Mozart and classical music, and he can't stop talking about Depeche Mode, which is very 80s. And it's funny, when I came out of the movie theater, I turned my car on, I turned on my radio, not my radio, but my app that has music on it. And the first song that popped up on live radio through my phone was Enjoy the Silence by Depeche Mode. And I'm like, dude, that is such a sign.
Oh, that's funny. Hold on. What?
There's some food.
A little busy.
Fuck off.
You haven't used these yet?
I just got it. You just gave it to me yesterday. I've been at work and I'll deal with it.
I'll have to edit that out later.
Yeah, no shit. Food. Yeah,
he can't get his own fucking food?
Apparently no. When I'm here, he wants me to do it every time.
That's fucking cool.
No fucking fail.
We're talking about Depeche Mode.
Yeah. Anyway, going back.
I do. Let's talk about real quick. I know we're all over the place, but the soundtrack.
I love that.
Now,
although I think Tron Legacy was better.
See, the original Tron had a great, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Had a great soundtrack. It was very, very computer like.
Yeah, it was.
Then we get to Tron Legacy, the Daft Punk. Mm-hmm. I have that. I have a digital copy of that soundtrack, and it is. I'm not a techno fan per se, but it's such a great soundtrack.
It complements the movie so fucking
well. It does.
Well.
And then when they announced that they're going to do another Tron movie, I'm like, how? Daft Punk broke up like 4 years ago. 9 Inch Nails, and I'm like, okay. And
I was iffy on that one. I was like, okay, how is that going to measure up to the previous?
It wasn't bad. I mean,
it's good. It's a good soundtrack. I'm not saying it's not good or anything.
If I'm going to rate them, I'm going to put Ares as the bottom because you got Legacy, then Tron, then Ares. I'm sorry, the original movie has a great soundtrack.
Would you say that's a little bit of nostalgic value for the original film?
Nostalgia definitely holds a big candle to that. Like, and again, I own that soundtrack as well.
Nice.
But we see Ares in the grid, and it looks very. I remember he comes down and he's on the floor, and I'm looking, going, that's the gaming floor. That's the light cycle arena.
Yeah, you know what? I was having
I knew what it was.
I was having an awesome gasm the whole time he was in that particular grid because I'm like, oh my god, they got so many things right from the original film. The way it looks, the hole in the wall,
it looked
the
like
cycles, the original cycles, the way they looked back in '82. Oh my god!
But not to be outdone, he's looking around and he sees this little bubble. And he's like, it's a fucking bit.
Bit.
Yes. No. Yes. Dude.
Yes.
And he's like, I'm trying to figure out, I need to go somewhere. And then you see the fucking tube and it comes up, and then we get the coolest sequence. He grabs it, we see him go into the cycle and poof, he's gone. And he goes through the hole that was created in the original. This tells you that not a lot has changed since '82 in that grid. They never fixed the hole in the wall. He ends up finding Flynn, who, again, is still.
I don't think it's supposed to be the actual Flynn. It's more like
I think it's like a construct
like
of Flynn.
Yeah, kind of, sort of, almost like an echo, if you will.
I'm just glad they didn't de-age him this time because I know we've come a long way in 15 years in de-aging tech. It would have made sense to de-age him here because he's been stuck in that particular grid for a while. But again, it is what it is.
Well, I think they did in the very opening, that little bit of him on the TV. I want to say that was a de-aging, but it goes to show just how much better that technology has gotten over the last.
Well, they had that same interview in Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was him doing an interview with somebody else.
Yeah, but it looked terrible though. I mean,
that was legit him. It wasn't. I'm talking about when he was on TV. That same clip from this one to.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know. I thought you were talking about the one where he's in front of a huge crowd, because that was very obviously
horrible.
Yeah, no. But with Tron Legacy, I know I'm getting off topic, but I am willing to accept the whole how terrible it looks just because Clue is a program. That's what in my mind, that's what helps me get through it. But when they show Kevin Flynn looking like that, it's like, oh guys, you didn't have to show his face. They start the scene in the beginning, if the camera's behind him, it's like you never had to show his goddamn face.
Nope.
You never had to go there, but you did anyway, and you screwed it up. But whatever.
They could have totally saved themselves some money doing that. But that's why we're not in Hollywood. We like to think. He runs into Flynn. He tells Flynn, look, I want the continuance. I want to be there. And Flynn, and I'm glad they didn't make him the dude in this movie. He was very dude-esque in Legacy. He was very
But he was fun though.
He was very, oh man, I'm gonna sit here and reach the sky, man. It was, I just was not a fan of that character. He gives him the code. He goes back at the right time to help, because Athena's pretty much got her tied up, fucked her up pretty good.
Oh yeah.
And then, Athena ends up, I don't remember if her time ran out or she just got.
Yeah, eventually her time ran out.
Yeah, her time did run out. She disappears. The recognizer disappears. Everything is great. They use the technology that they have at NCOM to do exactly what Flynn wanted to do in the first place. Mm-hmm. Heal the sick, help with world hunger. All these things that he's doing, that he wanted to do, they are now doing. At the end of the movie, Eve Kim gets a postcard from Ares.
Yeah.
And we see a short clip of him. He's got pictures of Sam Flynn and Gora with coordinates. And I'm thinking, oh shit, they're going to make another one. I'm already on board. We see him right off in the sunset. Everything's fine. Who is it? Athena actually kills Elizabeth Dillinger, the mom.
Yeah.
And as the cops and the FBI are showing up to take Julian to jail because he's fucked.
He's screwed. He is screwed. Fucked. And he knows that.
So he's like, you know what? Starts typing in the computer. He jumps out on the pad and lets the lasers take him to the grid. And that's the last time we see him until the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Again, spoilers. We get to the post-credit scene. He's there in the grid. He sees the area that he was at. It's just completely destroyed. And then behind him, just like what happened with Eve Kim, this little platform raises up and it's got an identity disc. Mm-hmm. But It is
Uh-huh.
not the one. I recognize it right away. It's not the one that we've seen for this movie or even Tron Legacy.
Nope.
It is the original disc from the first movie. It's very frisbee looking like, and he's hesitant to grab it. He's like, I don't know, should I grab this or not? But true villain, he grabs it, and it starts to fucking vibrate and shake, and he's like, ah. And then we see the outline of the original Master Control Program Dillinger
Suit.
outfit, and then
Mhm.
done.
Yep. I recognized it right away. I was like,
I'm like,
okay.
okay. Now, I said it before, and I'll say it again. Jared Leto did a great job. I believed his character in this movie, and again, if you're going to play, this is a new character, but if you're going to play a character like the Joker, the bar is set pretty fucking high. You've got Mark Hamill and you've got Heath Ledger. He was Caesar Romeo.
Honestly, I don't think that was totally his fault. That might have been just the director's vision of how they wanted him to do it. You know, because he wore a lot of makeup in that movie, and I'm pretty sure they were like, okay, this is what we want from you. You know what I mean? So I look at it as it's an actor following exactly what the director says. I can't blame Jared Leto for it. I really can't. I don't think it was totally his fault.
I really don't, but it seems like every movie he's in, it's just very robotic.
Watch him, and you know what? I will give you a movie to check out, and it's the best thing I think I've ever seen from him. Dallas Buyers Club with Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, you know what? That is actually on a list of movies I want to watch. Yes,
that is a great flick, and his performance is like, you know, when I saw that movie, I was like, what is everybody bitching about? He actually did a good job here. Like, what the hell? But if you compare it to a lot of his other roles, and I can kind of understand why he gets a lot of hate, but I think there's a good actor in there somewhere if you just.
Well, I think we saw it in this movie, which is funny because this is like, I guess you can call it a science fiction movie.
I would. You know, he was in Fight Club.
Really?
Yeah, and the original Urban Legend. I always forget about that.
Huh.
Yeah, he's got a long lineage.
Oh, you know what? I think he wasn't he in the show My So-Called Life? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
He might have been. I've never actually seen it.
I think he was the Claire Danes' love interest.
But
there's there was a lot of Easter eggs in this movie, including the office that was dedicated to Kevin Flynn. There was arcade shit everywhere. Of course, the 8-bit world where we see the gaming grid, and even the shit on the wall with the different patterns and the number looking things, those were there like they never fucking left.
Oh, what about the trains that go on the little that they go on the light trail? I thought that was a nice touch. I haven't seen that since the original.
Yeah, this movie, I know part of me was like, yay, it's another Tron movie. The other part of me was like, oh shit, it's gonna be fucking Jared Leto and Nine Inch Nails is doing the soundtrack. I was very iffy. And the reviews online have been very iffy as well.
Yeah, they really have.
But what I've taken away from that, the people that are brave enough to put their videos of themselves reviewing this movie, they don't look like they're in the demographic. And by that I mean they're too young. They're not
old. I mean, there's a couple of YouTubers that I followed that I actually did meet a few weeks ago at Fantastic Fest and got to talk with. Between them, Sean and Cody, neither one of them really grew up watching these movies. I know Cody was real big about, he's not the biggest Tron fan. If you're a fan, I was saying this earlier, if you're a fan of the original movie and you got into Tron Legacy like we did, this movie I think will be enjoyable to a degree for you. I think it is definitely enjoyable. If you haven't watched any of the Tron films before this, maybe it's not your cup of tea, but I mean, you don't know until you give it a try. That's always been my argument. It's just like when you talked about Mom earlier, the whole she introduced us to a lot of movies. I don't know if you remember this, but Mom had a golden rule, at least to me, when it came to watching the movies. No. Give it 10 minutes, 15 at the most. And if you're not into it, we will turn it off, and I'll never ask you to watch it again. And all the time growing up,
every one of them.
We never turned a movie off.
I don't remember ever turning one off. No.
Nope. Because she didn't show us shit.
It's true.
So
now, it's obvious I liked it. And this comes back to the whole Superman hate that was a couple months back. People, The movie hadn't even done early screenings yet. Oh, I saw it. It sucked. Well, how did you get to see it? I just know it's going to suck. You just said you saw it and it sucked, but now you're telling me you didn't see it. It
See,
just
right there, that person has no credibility after that.
Exactly. So I want to know, what did you think of this movie overall?
Overall, I mean, I enjoyed it. It's definitely a bit of a mixed bag. There's some things that I don't think work, but at the same time, the way my mind works, when I watch a movie the first time, the longer I go after seeing it, details start to escape me, and I only remember so much. This is why I'm the repeat movie viewer. I have to watch movies.
Nice plug. Nice plug.
This is why I'm the repeat movie viewer. I have to give a movie a second go to see if it hits as well the second time, or if it gets worse the second time. Because that happens sometimes. I'll watch a movie, I don't care for it, but then I see it again somewhere down the road. Super Troopers is a great example. Hated that movie. Hated it the first time I saw it. I thought it was stupid. Now it's one of my favorite comedies of all time. I love that movie. But that's just the way it works.
You forget what color your car is?
Bye-bye.
Okay, so we can agree that and again, I think a lot of the people that I'm seeing online that are bashing it or hating on it, they're not in the demographic. They didn't grow up. This movie had a lot of fan service in it. Whoever was putting together this movie did their homework. And if they're going to give me another one where they look, because I have a feeling that fucking SD card that Sam has around his neck is the key to everything.
That's why they're looking back in. I agree.
I have a feeling that's going to come back into play. Or even Gora, because she is still a program of some sort.
That's very true.
So she may hold the key to something as well. So you got them together. They have two keys to the castle. You know, she's the gate master and the gatekeeper. You know, nice. it's I know I'm crossing promotions here, but
that's it. We're movie fans. That's what we do.
Yeah, exactly.
I do have a question, something that I don't understand. Where the hell did Ares get that photo? And why does it have the coordinates on it? Where did it come
what?
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
You got to remember, though, he still has access to a lot of the stuff. He's still a program. He's a program. He's not a real person. He is a program in our world. He was able to look and search up everything he could about Eve Kim to learn about her. What makes you think he couldn't have access to that?
Possibly, but that needs to be explained. That's something.
I'm sure it will be.
Yeah, when they make another one, I need an explanation on that for sure. Yeah, otherwise it's just kind of lingering.
It's kind of like Ultron from Age of Ultron. You know, he has access to anything and everything that's on the web, and everything we need is out there, the good and the bad.
Yeah, very much so.
Now we're gonna move forward to the Rotten Tomatoes scores, and I'm going to compare and contrast.
Okay.
All three movies. Babadook, Ares last. Tron had, and again, I explained this earlier with Scuba. Again, this is the first episode, but I'll explain it again. The tomato meter is the critics, which I avoid. I don't give a fuck what the critics say.
I don't.
And then you have the popcorn meter, which is the fans, and that's the one I want to listen to.
I agree.
So for the original Tron, the tomato meter was 61%. Not bad.
No, not bad.
Popcorn meter is 69. I feel it's a little low, but older movies tend to lose their luster over time. The movie came out 40 plus years ago.
Not only that, but some of the special effects don't age as well,
but
like the way they look and whatnot. But
it was an 8-bit world, so I can accept that for what it is.
I'm not talking about the world aesthetic. I'm just talking about like the way their suits look and whatnot compared to the way they look now. Comparing the two, it's like, okay, it doesn't look as great, but personally, it doesn't bother me.
Keep in mind though that computers are always upgrading. So it makes sense for them to look that way now, and then in 2010 they look the way they do at that point.
Exactly.
There's upgrades that'll come up. Tron Legacy, tomato meter is 51. It's lower than the original. Popcorn meter is only at 64. So the original Tron is liked more by and I do remember when Legacy came out, people were hating on it. And I'm like, dude, this is a good movie. Again, it's not. If you're going to make a Tron movie, by the way, and this is something I want to talk about. If you're going to make a fucking Tron movie, where the fuck is Tron? Or a some form of an upgraded Tron. Like
It would be
maybe Alan
nice,
had a
yeah.
kid and his kid when there's possibilities out there.
Yeah,
I'm saying
there's plenty of possibilities.
if you're gonna have a movie called Tron, where the fuck is Tron? Now I wrote down the Rotten Tomato scores for Ares 3 days ago. They have since changed.
Oh, I figured as much.
The original, oh, actually, it didn't change all that much. Now that I think about it, the tomato meter is at 56, and that's the same from now and what it was 3 days ago. Now the popcorn meter. Since this is a new movie, where are you thinking this movie sits?
Considering the consensus of what I've been hearing from people on YouTube and whatnot so far, I'm going to say they're probably giving it like a 45-50. I'd be surprised if it was higher, and I'd be happy if it was higher.
It's higher.
It is. What, like 70?
Higher.
No shit.
86%.
What the fuck? Nice.
86%.
All right.
And that's off of 1,000+ verified ratings from fans.
Woo,
so yeah,
right.
Tron Ares is sitting at 86%. But we don't care about that because we want to know what we thought of this movie. So instead of stars, out of 5 identity discs, what do you give it? Yeah, it had to be that.
It had to be. Again, this is after me only watching it the first time. I will give it a second viewing. My opinion may change.
Same.
Down the road. But for right now, I give it... Shit. I'm going to give it 3.5 discs. 3.5. Solid.
Wow.
Solid, not bad. I mean, like I said, after I watch it a second time, it might go up, it might go down. We'll have to wait and see.
See, and again, like I said before, this movie wasn't perfect. It had flaws. You know, there was a lot of action in this movie, and the fight between the hacker programs and the antivirus programs at MCOM in the grid. Oh my fucking god, that fucking fight was phenomenal. To me, it rivaled Obi-Wan versus Anakin on the Mustafar planet. It was badass. It was fucking cool. I know. I said it rivaled. I didn't say it was the best. I just said it was on par.
We'll have to take your nerd card on
that unless we get something really fucking cool.
Yeah, it was a great fucking fight.
But at the end of the day, I give this movie 4 out of 5 identity discs. This movie, I will watch it again sometime in the near future. I'm looking forward to what they're going to do with the future of this franchise because, and again, people online, oh my god, man, they fucking ruined Star Wars, they're ruining Marvel, and now they're going to ruin Tron. No, they're not ruining Tron. They're giving they're giving the fans what they want. I want more movies, and this movie was designed for the technology we have now. It's in a computer world, which prior to 82, nobody really knew much about. 82, Tron introduced me not only to computers, but what hacking was. We saw that in war games. We saw that in Sneakers. We saw it in the movie Hackers, which is a phenomenal movie, by the way.
That's a good movie.
A little dated, but it works. It's still a good movie. Yeah, I'm looking forward to what the future of this franchise has to hold. I'm very optimistic. And prior to Legacy, I'd never thought they'd ever make another Tron movie.
I didn't either. It came out of left field. I was surprised. I was like, really? After all this time? Really?
Yeah, I was stoked. So now I'm even more stoked. I'm like, okay, cool. Disney is going to give it the fans what they want. They want more movies. We've already got the bad guy established. We've got the good guy established. Let's fucking go forward. And hopefully there's not another 30-year gap in between these movies, you know.
They better not. The way they set this up, it's like, okay, we're doing this story, but then we're gonna set up some we're setting things up for another one. So hopefully,
and it makes sense because Dillinger is just as part of the grid as Flynn, you know, especially with the Master Control program. So, but yeah, overall, we liked the movie. No No complaints. Nothing big anyway.
Well, I mean, nothing major. I mean, some of the characters aren't that great, you know. So I mean, they're not the best character development for some of the side characters, but you know, it is
But
what it
they're
is.
side characters. I only wanted to know about Ares and about Eve Kim, even Athena to a point, maybe. But we know Julian Dillinger is a bad guy. I need nothing more than that.
That's fair.
He's a bad guy.
So,
as I say, he's a bad guy.
So as far as a potential sequel, a few things I wouldn't mind seeing. I mean, because we already know that Ares is looking for Sam. We already know this. So I'm like, okay, I definitely want to see that explored. But now that freaking Julian is in the grid, is there any possibility in Disney? I'm talking to you. Is there any possibility we can get Cillian Murphy to come back as as Julian's father? I would love to see it. We only got him for like 2 minutes in Legacy, and he's a great fucking actor. Let's get on that. Let's bring him back in somehow. I'd love to see it. I'm just saying. I have some hope, but at the same time, I don't know.
At least with Tron, we're not going to get TV shows that are tie into the show. It's not that kind of franchise. Oh, just give me a movie. If you want to do a Disney Plus show, that's fine, but make sure it works.
Yeah, I agree.
And make sure. And even then, oh my God, if we did a prequel Disney, a Disney Plus show where we see how things transpired after he disappeared in '89 to a certain point, I'd be okay with that. I mean, who doesn't want a backstory? A good one, a good backstory.
Well, I mean, that backstory is it's the backbone of storytelling. It makes things more interesting if you can tie things together.
True.
But as far as what they do, I'm hopeful yet hesitant at the same time because Disney has a history lately of dropping the ball.
Yeah. Again, I'm not.
Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker.
I don't know how I feel about the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Yeah, I'm still kind of.
I hear there's a trailer. I haven't watched it yet. I kind of don't watch it.
Doesn't give a whole lot away. It really doesn't. But on that note, we will end this review of Tron Ares. And if you haven't seen it yet, why are you watching this video? For one, why are you watching?
That's a valid question.
And number two, if you have seen it, go watch it again. It's a great fucking flick. Definitely go watch it again. Promote your show, Psycho.
Oh, yes, sir. You can find me over at the Psycho Nerd podcast. I actually have a few new episodes I've just recorded from when I was at Fantastic Fest. So I expect that on the channel sometime in the very near future. And as far as my YouTube channel, Repeat Movie Viewer, hasn't been in any new content as of late, but I am compiling a bunch of reviews that I did at Fantastic Fest. I'm going to be putting those on the channel as well. It was a fun time. When it comes out, go see Obsession. Go see it. Go see it. Best #1 flick out of 31 things that I saw at Fantastic Fest. Go see Obsession when it comes out. It'll be sometime next year. It got picked up by Focus. Go see it. Go see it. I can't promote that shit enough.
Okay, so go see Obsession. Okay, cool.
Yes, and that means you. That means you.
That means you're obsessed about this movie.
Goddamn right.
All right. And I'm your humble host, Christopher of The Real Movie Critics. You can also find my other podcast, the Jazz Zodiac podcast. We talk mainly WWE. Every now and again, we'll throw some pop culture in there. But you can just Google The Jazz Zodiac podcast. You'll find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, I should say. Also, please, if you're a fan of wrestling and you live in Texas, please follow the Apex Championship Entertainment page on YouTube. I am one of 2 commentary people on that show. We do episodes bi-weekly, and we do PLEs from time to time. So definitely go give some support to that. We just released a new episode this Friday on the 10th. No, yesterday was fucking Friday. Jesus.
Yeah, it was 2 days ago.
Wow. Okay.
Yesterday. Yeah.
We released a new episode on the 10th of October, which was Friday. So when you're done watching Tron Ares, and you should go watch it, you should watch the wrestling that we do. For that being said, for the Psycho Nerd, I am Christopher. This has been The Real Movie Critics, and we hope to see you next time.
See ya.